Recording.
Alright guys, so this is my presentation on the impacts of virtual reality on society. Okay, so if you just change slide please. Yep, so let me just give you guys a brief introduction about virtual reality, okay? So what is virtual reality? Virtual reality is essentially a form of entertainment which combines specialized hardware such as a VR headset like the Oculus Rift with software in order to give the user the impression that they're being transported into a virtual world. Now, depending on the complexity of the software, they could just be seeing a static image which doesn't respond to their movements, so they could just be seeing something like a video clip in front of them, or they could be completely immersed in the experience with the headset tracking their movements and essentially just giving them the illusion they're being transported to another world. Okay? So, why virtual reality? Virtual reality was initially introduced as an entertainment device, but has recently been used in other ways, such as for simulations. Okay, so I've chosen this research topic as I'd like to explore, discover, and bring attention to new and innovative uses of virtual reality, as well as to find out whether others think VR can provide benefits to modern society. Virtual reality is popular among those that express an interest in technology, including those that work in IT or study IT, such as students, although this has also branched out into the entertainment industry and therefore the general public, such as with the introduction of headsets like the Oculus Rift or the Galaxy VR headset. So, because of this, I will attempt to aim my research questionnaires to the general public, although it's more than likely that I'll only get the most comprehensive responses from those that actually study and work within the IT industry. So, as I mentioned before, virtual reality is predominantly used for entertainment and simulation purposes. I'll conduct my own research and through various primary and secondary sources, uncover applications of this technology, as well as potential uses of the technology in the future. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is basically the research that I've gathered. So primary research that I've gathered myself, was conducted through the use of surveys and questionnaires of how the general public perceives virtual reality and whether they think it can be used as more than a means of entertainment. And secondary research was also conducted through the use of the internet and videos such as tech blogs, YouTube videos and documentaries. So this allowed me to get a better understanding of the subject matter and explore obscure and unorthodox methods and applications of technology, which I will cover later. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's some of the results of my research. Primary research results. Okay, so this is basically the results of my survey. Out of all the people that took my survey, 87.5% of them knew what virtual reality was, which I suppose is a good start. That's the majority of them. Next one, please. All of them agreed that virtual reality is a viable source of entertainment. However, only 62.5% of them agreed that virtual reality will have a positive impact on society. So, some of them were supportive. As you can see here, we've got, I'm not really sure if you guys can read these, but we've got some of the feedback here, such as gaming and way of interacting with people will change. It will revolutionize the entertainment industry. Many people would find the thought of being able to experience a virtual reality interesting, and so forth. Next, please. Others were not so supportive of the idea, okay? Some of them think it might lead to a reduction in other social activity, okay? Some of them think it's just another gimmick and will just die out like 3D TVs. And some of them might even think that people will get confused between real life and the virtual world. Please. And some of them were just unhelpful and just creepy, okay? Society cannot handle the VR. What does that even mean? You can have a virtual partner if you're lonely. each to their own, I suppose. Next, please. Okay, so where are we right now? So, from these results here, the majority of the participants believe that virtual reality will benefit the gaming, film, and training/simulation industries. Fewer people, on the other hand, believe that it will have no impact whatsoever on the medical industry, social interaction, or the music industry. Next, please. That's you.
Excuse me.
Okay, and just here are some of the opinions on why people think it may or may not have an impact on certain industries. Okay, again, some of these weren't really that helpful. So, music industry, because you actually have to play the musical instruments. Really not sure what they were getting at with that one. This one's a good point. Medical industry could be dangerous as there could be technical issues unless this has been thought out beforehand. Okay, people will become antisocial, and so on and so forth. Next, please. So, secondary research results. Okay. Technical difficulties. So, virtual reality has a variety of uses of outside of the entertainment industry. For example, virtual reality simulations are becoming increasingly popular, being used as part of training programs to simulate actions such as flying a plane, which is obviously safer in comparison to flying an actual plane with no experience unless you want to crash it. One notable use of virtual reality, which I discovered through my research, includes a news article about a terminally ill grandmother with cancer. Okay? Now, using a virtual reality headset, such as the Oculus Rift, she was able to simulate walking through a sunset because she was bedridden and she could not do that on her through her own means. Okay? So, this is just one example of the use of virtual reality outside of entertainment. Okay? And virtual reality was also used recently to live stream a surgery. Okay? So this is an example of VR being used in the medical industry. Okay? Now this is beneficial for those that are studying medicine or just want to gain an insight as to how surgeries are performed. So they'd be able to view the stream online through a VR headset themselves, and that could help them improve their education, their learning, and even their training. Okay? So, finally, I will discuss potential uses of virtual reality in the future, as well as any possible disadvantages, such as using virtual reality to benefit the musical industry by selling virtual reality films or concerts. Just imagine you're at a front row concert you're at the front row of a concert in virtual reality, or even a live sport event such as football. Another potential use of virtual reality could be you being able to participate in a virtual social network or some kind of game. Just imagine a real life version of The Sims, but with virtual reality. Okay? Now,
So like a Total Recall.
sorry?
Like a Total Recall. Total Recall. Have you seen the film?
No.
So
Body
implanting
structures.
memories. I don't know if it's implanting memories, but I like what you're saying because we have the like on YouTube you have like 360 video where you can go on there and like look around. So if you had one of them 360